It's Matt here again. Welcome to another day of micro fishing. After my debacle of snapping the tip of the rod the other day, I'm going to have a go with this freebie which I got with that rod. This is a solid carbon rod. It's really soft, so I thought I'd give it a try with some micro drop shot. So just down the same location, just on Sunset. A lot of bushfire backburning in the background there. You'll see me just kind of squeeze into this little corner here. The challenge with fishing these micro lures and line and stuff is if it's even remotely windy, line control is pretty difficult. So I'm sneaking in this little corner here to see if I can get myself out of the wind. So if you have a look, you can see how whippy that solid carbon tip is on the rod. It's actually quite difficult to cast the rod accurately because when you release the lure, the end of the rod's flipping all over the place. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be really good for float fishing, for potty mullet, for bait. One of the challenges when you're fishing for those potty mullet is they can mouth the hook without you even being able to feel it. The stiffer carbon rods with a faster action, you're just not going to do very well catching mullet on little hooks and bread with those. So you want quite a sloppy rod, and this has got heaps of slop. So I will take this out in the next little while and give it a go, trying to get some liveys. But as you can see, I am having no success this time around. I'm going to end up with a few different outfits for microfishing, different lure weights, and portability, and just to have a backup, because I already know it's pretty easy to break one of these rods, and I tend to be quite hard on gear. Rods, I find that like line for me, they're a commodity item. I don't want to spend a lot of money on them because they break. Reels, I'm a bit more happy to spend some money on. Weirdly, line seems to be one of the things that's most expensive in the microfishing situation. On that note, here is a new outfit. Well, a new rod. This is a little telescopic rod I got from eBay. It was $50. You can't go wrong. Super portable. 1 to 5 gram cast weight, and it actually came with an additional tip section in case you break the tip section, which is pretty cool. It is missing maybe one eye up the top, just from the way telescopic rods are put together. You kind of end up with quite a long gap between the tip eye and the next eye down. But it still casts one of these little 1-2 gram jig heads like a country mile. Really quite impressed. I've got it with the Okuma Sima C10 reel with 4-pound mono on there, just to give it a test. I've got some more reels, more rods, more line, a whole bunch of lures all coming in the mail, so I'll do an update on those at some point in the next few weeks. So this obviously is a new day's fishing. It's in one of the coastal lagoons around Sydney. This, you can't really see it in here, but it's stacked with mullet in here. There's some brim sitting on that deeper drop-off, and some whiting up in the shallows. So I've had a couple of knocks from I think irritated whiting, but no joy right at the moment. But hey, a beautiful afternoon to be out there and amongst it. Hello? Hello. Hello, little one. Have you been a good dog? Yeah? Have you been a good dog? Hey? Have you been a good dog? Good boy. Good girl. Good dog. Good dog. Not really having any joy here, so just trying to decide what I'm going to do next. There is a bridge a little bit further down, which is always worth a look. If you just look down to the left here, you can see stacks of mullet just legging it off to the left. Yeah, there's a range of sizes in here, so some finger size all the way up to like nice live bait size, maybe 20 centimeters. And there's some monsters in there, but not in the shallow bit. Just about to learn a lesson here. Wearing sandals with leather sole on them, or not sole, inner sole, and yeah, the brown leather tannins stained the bottom of my feet. It's taken over a week for the stain to come out of them. Oh well. So it looks lovely and clear in there, and in fact it's actually pretty polluted in here from runoff, and there's a golf course just upstream from here, so you get the herbicides and whatever kind of runoff, so you wouldn't want to eat anything from here, and I see people having their dogs swim in here. And if it was my dogs, I wouldn't let them swim in here. I mean, for a quick wade across, it's fine, but I definitely wouldn't be going swimming or eating anything out of here. So I just changed lure just before, using a little surface lure, a little stick bait. I think it's about 5 centimeters or something. I'll drop a little picture in here. You want to try not to do this. It'll give you wind nuts. You know, if you kind of cast you high like that, and especially with this ultralight stuff, and let it catch in the wind, you'll end up with loose line on the spool, and that'll give you wind knots. So you know, when there's a little bit of wind and it's light like this, you need to shoot it straight out and stop the line spooling off the reel, so you don't end up with tangles. So just wandering down this edge bit towards the bridge. Unfortunately, I'm facing into the sun, so it's getting a bit washed out. So sorry about that. Not much going on at all at the moment. Hopefully there's a rock wall and a bit of a steeper bank just a bit further down, and then the bridge. So we'll see what happens when we get to there. Okay, so here you can see exactly what I was talking about, right? I haven't been paying attention to my line management, and I pulled some extra wraps off the spool when I was casting, and it's tangled up in this wind knot, which when you're using this kind of fine mono, yeah, time to cut. 5 minutes later, yeah, I had to cut off a few meters of line with that wind knot and re-rig. We continue. Just pitching the lure in by that sunken tree a few times to see if there was anything hanging around under that underwater structure. Nothing happening for me though. I have to apologize for the heavy breathing and sniffling and whatever. There's a stack of pollen and mold spores in the air at the moment, and my face is just running. Here's that little rock wall I was talking about. This is a deeper section here, so maybe there'll be something hanging around. So I'm just gonna chuck the little surface bait down along the edge there, slightly deeper and overhung, and just work it back. I've zoomed this in a little bit, sorry about the fade out from the sun, but if you just watch carefully now, you can see that little lure coming back across the surface, and there a brim or a little bass or something like that has come and boiled on it, but didn't actually take it. I'll just give that cast, same place, see if we can tempt that fish to bite. But it's probably better off doing this at dawn of dusk. Get a better hit ratio, particularly on the surface lures. They're just not interested. Just zoom into this little section. See if we can get a spot where we can hang in under that bridge structure. Watch out for any little snakes and stuff. Now we know there's some good stuff in here occasionally. Like I know that I know guys who catch bass under here, and I've seen ages ago a guy caught a large mangrove jack in here, just under this bridge. I've actually fished under here with some live body mullet, and I caught an eel. For you guys in the US and Europe, the eels in Australia, the freshwater eels, get big. This thing had a head the size of a black lab. They're maybe 15 pounds. I know of a German guy who specializes in fishing eels, who just came to Australia to fish the eels because they're giants here. They're like the size of your small conger eels in Europe. You'll probably hear me swap sometimes between pounds and kilos, or feet and meters. Fishing seems to hold on to some of the imperial terms, so the Americans will be down with that. For the other people, pounds, 2.2 pounds to a kilo, so that would be like a 7 kilo eel. Just getting a little closer here, see if we can fling some of these lures right down underneath. What not to do here, break the laws. You can see myself, I've got myself a line management issue again, so yeah, too much slack. This one, I managed to pop undone, so all good. Just back at the head of the lagoon here, I've changed to a little Agi soft plastic, which is like a little stick brake thingy, and I'm just slow rolling it across the surface. I had a hit just before I started this video recording bit here from a mullet, and it took the lure and went straight into the air and chucked the lure. It was a good size mullet, maybe 30 centimeters, so a bit disappointing to miss out on that. Now I'll come back down this end because earlier on I was fishing further up on the other side, and I had a flathead follow a lure. So I'm just going to cast around here a little bit and then head on down to that bit where I saw the flathead, see whether we can fish something out of there. You can see the distance that I'm getting with these little 1-2 gram lures. That's got to be like a good 20-meter cast. That I'm pretty happy with the outfit all up. Another little friend. Well, it might be the same one, I'm not sure. But heaps of dogs around. Back around the spot where I saw the flathead, and I've hooked up. I didn't have the camera on for the initial hookup, but hello, puppy. This 4-pound line's super skinny, and when you get the flathead up to the surface, they'll shake their heads, so you just need to take it easy with him. You can see me dipping the rod towards him when he runs, just to take the strain off the skinny line. So flathead are plenty spiky, so I've got these little lip grids, but the wriggly little fella's trying to, there we go, got him. These plastics are tiny, so they do tend to kind of swallow them quite hard, but just reaching down. give him a little unhook. Just give him a little wash off here. It's too much stuff in my pockets everywhere. Here we go. It's a nice little dusky flathead. I don't know, probably 40 centimeters. The one-handed Instagram photo. Pop him back in, just flush some water over his gills so he's ready to go. And old mate's a bit dopey, facing the wrong direction. Just give him a push around and off he goes. Just the last couple of casts in that area, just to see if there's any more floodies lying around. But yeah, you can see the sun's heading down. Probably time to go home shortly. Hello? Some decent mullet jumping out there. Quite happy to caught that on the GoPro. You can actually see it.